Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 182. It is Friday morning, and we are just heading out for the day. It's still early, but a little bit later than what I would have liked. Some things happened this morning. First of all, I was trying to get up earlier and closed my eyes for a minute and lost about half an hour there. Got dressed and ready to go. Last night I had dropped off my car at a car dealership about an hour away from home. Someone that my family trusts and hopefully is fair in the price. It looks like it's the relay for the air conditioning that's the problem. So hopefully we get a fair price on that and he gets that done quickly. So I get ready this morning. I'm going to take my wife's car, and I have to run downstairs to get this prepaid card. My wife's car has XM radio in it, or I guess it's called Sirius now. And the prices are a little bit too high for me. They're like almost $30 a month for it. But what I do is I let it expire, and then I don't renew. I don't pay it. And then what they'll do is they'll send you a new offer, and it's usually like $6 or $7 a month. So what I do is I use a prepaid card, and when the 1 year at that low price ends, I let it expire. I don't pay it, and then they send me a new offer. Well, if I put in my regular credit card or even my debit card, even if I change the credit card number, somehow they still get it. So I always have to use a prepaid card. So I went downstairs to get the prepaid card that I use for it, because we're about at the end of the term, and I can't find it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I got this card with exactly the right amount of money on there that even if they were to, be able to use it without my permission, that they wouldn't have anything. The other thing with the prepaid cards is they force you to save your credit card information on their website, but if it's a prepaid card, it fails every month and you have to manually put it through. So all you do is just type in the number and it works. It says, would you like to save? You say yes, and all of a sudden everything's okay again until the next month. So I did have some other prepaid cards in my closet, so I grabbed one of those with a low balance on it, like a $25 prepaid card, and I'll use that, and then whatever balance is left, we'll just go ahead and use that somewhere before XM can use it. So I think this is the last month, or next month might be the last month for the year before we have to wait for the renewal. And they wait about a month before they turn it off, maybe close to 2 months. So by the time they shut it off, you've already received an offer for another year. So anyway, that put me behind. Now I'm getting ready to go. I'm in a hurry. I'm running behind already. And there's something wrong with the refrigerator in the garage. It thinks that the door is open, and it's a little hotter inside than it should be. I checked it last night. It seemed like it was okay, but then this morning it was still the same temperature. So I noticed it was pushed up against the wall, so I pushed it away from the wall, pulled it away from the wall, and hopefully that gives it a little bit more circulation back there, and it'll be better this afternoon, but who knows. So today being Friday, I need to go to the office and check in before I take off, so that delays me even more. But I had set up this trip on Friday on purpose because I need to go the direction of the office anyway. Smart, which I usually don't do because I don't like going this direction. But so we're going to head to the office first. We're going to scan the card, go up to our desk, move the chair around so it looks like someone's been there. And then I noticed that there were some back stairs that I can use to leave. That way I'm not going by the same receptionist again. She may be able to see it on the camera, but I don't think anyone's staring at the cameras all the time. So, and then we'll be out of there. Once we leave the office, we're going to hit a casino that's less than an hour from there. Just a small place for slots, and probably not going to find much. Then we're going to move on a couple hours, an hour and a half from there, and we're actually about 2 hours from there, and we're going to go to another casino where it's slots, and I don't expect much from there. And then we have a meeting. Then we have a 1 hour meeting with the team. And yesterday afternoon, my boss sent me a message and said, yeah, this guy who's on call has to leave early and will not be here tomorrow. Can you be on call for him? And I'm like, yes, I'll do it. So I'm on call. There's a couple tickets that I'm not sure what to do with, so I'll bring that up with the team meeting, look like a team player, and then we'll continue our trip to the focus of our whole trip today, which is a casino that has an excellent double deck game. This is a double innie, split innie, hit 17, no resplit aces, 70% penetration. A very juicy game. The downside is it's a minimum of $50, sometimes $100 or more. And they will lower the limit for you if you play with a card, which I don't want to do, obviously. So we might be forced to play 50, we might be forced to play 100. I'm not going to play higher than 100 on it. I brought plenty of money for it, but this game being such a good game, also with having such deep penetration, with such good rules, is also going to bring a lot of variance. So even having a small spread, 1 to 8 or so, is going to bring pretty big swings. And in the past, I've had $8,000 and $9,000 swings like it's nothing. I mean, no big deal. And my average swings on this game is about between $4,000 and $5,000 average swing up and down. So hopefully we have some good variance there. And I will be checking in with a friend of mine who lives in that area, see how he's doing. And then we'll head to at least one more casino and head back. Now, one thing I was thinking about also was adding another blackjack casino, but I'm not sure about the timing, how much timing we're going to have, since these places are all spread out hours and hours apart. Going from the second to the third one is almost 2.5 more hours. So I have to consider this stuff. So already leaving about 15-20 minutes late doesn't help things, but we'll see what happens and what develops. The problem with adding that other blackjack casino, it actually adds potential for 2 instead of 1, but both of those have blackjack areas that open late, which means that I may have to just sit around and wait for a while, and that adds even more time to my trip. So instead of adding 2 hours to the trip, I might be adding 4 or 5 hours to the trip. So we're going to consider all this stuff as we go. So today I am driving my wife's car. In about a couple hours, when the car dealership opens up, we'll be calling up, make sure they got the car, they understand what the problem is with the car, and go from there. Today's high is going to be 88. Feels like it's going to be 97 with a severe storm risk today. Right now the radar looks completely clear, but who knows what the afternoon is going to bring. And so we'll just, as always, take things one step at a time, and we'll go from there. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, continuing on here. I stopped by the office, went in there, went to my desk, out the other side, down the steps, and out the door. Got that part taken care of. We're checked in. Everything looks good. I wanted to tell you about what happened with that car that I was going to buy, because it was taking forever. It was like 3 days into it, and I hadn't received a call back from the dealership. Just text messages saying we're working on it, we're finalizing the numbers, and then nothing. So I finally called yesterday, and a salesman called me back. And I told him, hey, this is the deal that we have on your website, and I want to take advantage of it. And he's like, I'm not familiar with that deal. Let me take a look and call you back. All right. So at that point, I was on my way to drop off my car at the dealership. A minute before I get there, he finally calls me back. And he says, well, we don't have any car like that at that price point and with the total value of that much. I don't know why that's there. That's obviously a mistake. I'm like, how could it be a mistake? You're one of the biggest car dealerships in the area. You've had this on your website for almost a week, if not longer. I've known about it for almost a week. How can it be a mistake? Well, mistakes happen, and I could offer you something in the $560 range instead of $308. I'm like, no, I don't think we're going to do that. So I said, no, I think you guys are doing a bait and switch. I don't appreciate it, and I'm not going to pay that extra money. I let him go, and I sent a text message to the manager, and I will be calling over there today and complaining and saying, what the hell is going on over here? You guys, you're a respected dealership. Your owner is a respected person, and you guys are pulling this stuff on your customers. I don't appreciate it at all. What's going on? And that's what I'm going to do this afternoon, well, this morning when they open up. So, so I've got those couple phone calls to make. I got that meeting, and I'll be in my fourth city by the time my 10 a.m. meeting happens. That's the craziness of today. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll be back. All right, guys. Small problem. Well, I mean, if I wasn't on call for this guy, it would not be as big a problem. But here's the issue I have. I left my laptop at home. So what am I going to do here? I'm on call. I'm going to have things I need to do. I'm going to need all the links on my computer. All right, well, at this point, I'm almost to this casino. Then I'm going to have to waste a couple hours getting home and getting back toward the other casino. So now we're going to have to go from potentially 7 back down to the initial plan, which was only 4. I feel terrible about it, but I'm going to try to think of a way to add more than that, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So very unfortunate, big mistake, costly mistake. But at this point, I'm like 2 miles away from this casino, and I'm like, I better get my work computer set up, a little bit early, so that in case anyone's looking for anything, I look over, and it's not where I normally have it. So yeah, that's a problem. One problem I'm having is I have so much stuff going on at home. I got piles of stuff everywhere I'm working on, and I had it sitting next to my bed charging overnight, and then I had so much stuff to do this morning. It was so crazy, and I didn't pick it up. So all right, we're gonna hit this casino since we're right here, and then head home and get the laptop. All right, guys, I am just leaving this spot, and not really much happening as I expected. Found a couple small things to play, but really nothing going on. Whoever was here overnight did a good job, so not too much money to be had. Ended up leaving ahead $58, and right now we're going to start our long trip home, unfortunately, and that's really going to mess up the whole day right now. I was already running a little bit further behind than what I wanted to be, and this just made it worse. Right now I am 25 minutes behind where I should be, and I have to turn around and head back home. So very unfortunate, but everything happens for a reason. Hopefully there's something good behind all this. We'll see what happens. You got to consider my options here on the drive, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. Stopped at home, got the laptop, continuing on my trip here, and it looks like we're going to have to stop for our meeting before our next casino. So obviously, way behind now. I am about, I don't know, I'm very behind. So we're going to get as close as we can to the casino, pull over, and there are some closed roads along the way as well, so that doesn't help things. We'll pull over, do our meeting, and then we'll continue on to the casino and see what we're going to do from there. It's going to be a messy one today, but nobody said getting rich was going to be easy, right? So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back and just finished up the team meeting, continued on, went to the casino, and I'm back to report what happened. So start with the team meeting. Team meeting ran the full hour, a couple minutes over. Basically, we were going over our next next 12 months worth of duties that we would have to do, which projects we would be on, things like that. And I have to say that, with a small group, it's not too small of a group, but with a okay sized group, I'm on at least half the projects, which is always good. You want to have your name on as much as possible. You want to be the least expendable person. So that all looks good, and it's all stuff that I can handle pretty easily without too much work. I've got all that stuff down. I don't even need to look at my system. I can do everything off the top of my head. So all that's good. It's all easy. I can handle that. No issue there. Continued on to the casino, and went in the casino, started looking around, and I know that this casino in particular has people that camp out all day. They're nice people. We're friendly with each other, but, there's no money for anyone else to make. So that's unfortunate. But I went in, looked around, found very little. I was on my way out. I found one last machine. I looked at it. I saw a play. It was at $3 a spin. I played that one. Took me probably 3 minutes to play it through, and I ended my session ahead $192. So plus 192 on that. It's a game that's difficult for people because it's high variance. I welcome high variance, especially certain games, because I know other tells about the game that even though it's high variance, I know it's going to end up in a pretty good spot. Actually could have paid a lot better, but I was very happy with the way it paid out, and like I said, ended my session ahead $192. So far so good. We're up about $250 for the day. The money is okay, but the problem is time. So let's talk about other stuff going on right now. I did send text messages to the manager of the car dealer yesterday, and he set me up with another person. And instead of telling me it was impossible and all that, because some of these people just want to make big volume deals or nothing, big, money deals or nothing. This guy's like, yeah, I can work with you. And he's like, well, here's what I have to offer. And I'm like, why did you just give me a list of different ways that you could finance it for me? I don't want to finance it. And he's like, oh, to get to that 308 or 310, whatever payment, you need to put $7,000 down for 84 months. I'm not doing that. I'm looking for a lease. So we got it figured out. He got me to the number that I was looking for. That deal allegedly is for people who already have that type of vehicle, which I do, but also who had that type of vehicle in a lease. So I'm like, get out of here. Come on, what's your market here? And you're talking about a small car company here. You have to be with the small car company in a lease currently to get that. But we did end up only $700 away, so I'd get that lease that I want for $700 down, and I get the monthly payment that I want, and I think that's good. So I asked him to get me all the details, get me everything in writing, get me which colors are available, and then I would get him all the information to get the financing done. And honestly, what I'd probably do is pay it up. I'm considering paying the whole thing up front. I know that's kind of not the smartest idea with a lease, because you don't save interest with a lease no matter if you pay it early or not. If you pay it early with a car, then you save finance charges. But with a lease, it's a set amount up front, and then they divide it by the number of months. So if it's whatever, let's say $3,600 over 36 months, it's $100 a month. If you pay the whole $3,600 up front, you don't save any money, where with financing you do. So Anyway, I'm considering it. May or may not do that. And then probably won't, actually. And then we'll probably go out tomorrow and get the car if we can make that deal. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and it was okay. It was okay. Actually, I go into this place and looking around the slots, and I'm not finding anything. And I noticed something a little different than last time. I saw 2 sets of security guards walking the perimeter of this casino, and I saw 3 what looked like security managers or something right in the middle of the casino, kind of congregating, talking. So I don't know if they were looking for someone. If they were looking for somebody, they were very lax about it. They were just hanging out, talking like they were all ladies too, which was weird. Like a couple ladies going out for a walk together, just walking around the whole place looking at people. So I'm assuming they're looking for advantage players, but whatever. I mean, when you see them coming, you just sit there and do something else, and then when you walk away, you check the machine. It's not that hard, you know. But if you're walking around standing up checking stuff, then it's easier to figure it out. But anyway, we've been over that a few times. You know, and here's the thing. I don't realize some of the stuff I've gone over, not everybody has heard every episode. So people are asking me questions all the time that I've already discussed, and I refer them to certain episodes. What I'm going to do is when you guys start emailing me, maybe I'll just go back to doing the mailbag episodes like I used to do, and that may help. That way you don't have to go back and listen to all 800 plus episodes. But didn't really find anything on the slots, and I went back to play some blackjack. And I found the table, sat down. Before I sat down, I waited for the shoe to end. It was a double-deck table. Waited for the shoe to end, and these 2 guys had no clue what they were doing. They were complaining about how much money they lost last time and how they were down this time. I'm like, you guys don't understand how to play. Listen to this hand. No matter how crazy you are, you're not going to play this hand wrong. 2 7s against a 7. He's got money behind. He hits it. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? He ends up with, I forget, 17 or 18. And then the other guy had a 7. And against a 7, he hits his, got a 4. And then he stayed. So it's like, now you guys both screwing yourselves. And then the dealer ends up getting a 20 and beating both of them. It's like, what are you guys thinking? Why are you even sitting down playing if you don't understand the basic concepts of the game? You know, it's very easy. The dealer has a bus card. You hit until 12 or higher, and then you stay. Once you have 12 or higher, you stay. The dealer has a 7 or higher. You hit until you have a 17 or higher, and then you stay. If you have a pair of something, and it matches the dealer's pair, then you're probably going to split, right? I mean, except for 10s, right? I mean, 9-9 against the dealer 9, you're going to lose. 7-7 against the dealer 7, you're going to lose, right? I don't understand. Even 6-6 against the dealer 6, give yourself 2 chances instead of 1. Such easy concepts. Even if you don't know the game, basic math lets you figure out these basic items. I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, I wait till that shoe ends. I sit down, buy in for 500, lose every single hand, lose the 500. The guy to my right, which is the one that didn't split the 7s, by the time the next shoe finished up, he was out of money. He walks away grumpily, which he has no right to do because he's the one who messed up his own hands. Like, he played them as badly as possible. It's like these people who play online for like $1 and they'll hit a 20. It's like, why are you doing this? It's a hard 20, but they keep doing it until they bust. It's the same type of mindset. It's like, you have no clue what you're doing. Why are you here? Anyway, next shoe, that guy ends up leaving. Now I'm in for 1,000. Couple more shoes go by. Now I'm in for 1,500. I'm down to like my last 400 or so. So I'm down like 1,100. And the guy to my left, which is the other guy's buddy, he's like, I'll be right back. You guys can hold the shoe for me if you want to. I'm like, I'm not holding the shoe for you. So it's a double deck. It'll be a new shoe in 5 minutes, you know. So he leaves. I wait for a second. I don't see him around, so I just start the new shoe, and I'm winning like almost every hand on the shoe. I might have lost one or two, maybe two hands the whole shoe. And then he comes back to the table. We play for a while, but they have no clue how to play. They have no clue how to tip. The guy orders 2 drinks. The drinks are free. And he tips $25. But now you're losing every hand. Why are you tipping $25 for 2 free drinks? You know, I understand if you're ordering like 2 $50 drinks, you may want to tip $10? I don't know. What do people tip? I don't know how to tip, I don't think. But anyway, I ended up continuing to play and finally ended up leaving ahead $750 plus $750 on the blackjack. Now, this casino has an odd thing. $775, my apologies, plus $775. This casino has an odd thing. If you have chips that are $100 or higher, so if you have $100, $500, $1,000 chips, if they equal 3,000 or less, they don't ask you for ID, unless you have 2 different denominations. So if you have $1,000 and a $500 chip, or a $500 and a $100 chip, for some reason, they have told me in the past that they have to get ID and call a manager over. Like, why would you do that? So I had like $22.75, so I cashed out the $2,000. Then I went and got some food, came back and cashed out the $275, and it was no big deal. Same people. It's like so stupid. But I did have $50 in free food, so I ended up getting a double cheeseburger with no bun with Swiss. It was beautiful, and nice toppings, crunchy lettuce, nice big piece of meat. I'm talking about a hamburger that's like, I don't know, like the small plates, like the 6-inch plates, that was that big around. It was a nice burger, and had that, and I bought like, I don't know, 8, I think, Red Bulls, the sugar-free Red Bulls, and I got a chef salad with blue cheese dressing. They actually know what blue cheese dressing is here, versus a lot of the places I go to, which have ranch or like one other one, and that's it, Italian or ranch. It's like, whatever. Anyway, I got the blue cheese. That's here. I might have some of that later on the way home. And then I left the casino, and I looked at the sky, and it's dark in the direction I want to drive, and I'm like, I think I just missed a rainstorm. Unfortunately, I'm about to drive into the rainstorm. So I started driving. Within 5 minutes, it started raining. Real heavy rain, but it was a quick storm, and now I'm seeing blue skies in front of me. So everything is good. We're safe. We're happy. We're doing everything right. So, you know, I was going to get fuel in this area. I still have like 76 miles range. My wife's car goes like 400 miles on a fill up. So, filled up this morning. I've only driven like 300 and something miles today so far. So that's nice. I think I'm going to continue on, get a little bit closer to the next place before I stop and get some fuel. And I'll come back and update you, let you know what's going on. All right, so let me explain what happened with the car here. A couple things. 2 cars here we're talking about. My car, no problem. This guy is like superstar. I know how much parts cost for that car wholesale. This guy did not lie at all. He gave me the exact wholesale price for the parts, and only $200 for labor. It'll have my car done in 1 day. So he'll get the parts this afternoon and have it done by Monday morning. So that's just awesome. So we'll pick up our car Monday afternoon before he closes. Everything should be all set, ready to go. Don't have to worry about air conditioning issues anymore. Just need to worry about which car we're going to drive Monday, but we'll be local Monday, so no big deal. Now, about the car that I was purchasing, I explained that it was basically like a scam. They had a price online, and then they went back on their price. I contacted the manager today, and he said, "Oh, I'm the wrong manager. Let me send you the right manager." And the right manager called me, and he's like, tell me what's going on. I said, well, yesterday this happened, and today this guy told me that he could do it for a couple dollars more per month, $314 or something like that, and with $700 down. I said, this is awesome. And then he came back and said, oh, actually, I'm sorry, it's actually $7,000 down. Okay, saying you can do it for a little more and saying $700 is a little different than saying you can do it for a little more and it's $7,000 more. So I expressed my disappointment, and they claim that even with that, they're losing a couple $1,000s. I'm like, why are you selling it then? If you're losing a couple $1,000, you're not losing anything, or you wouldn't be calling me trying to convince me to do it. So, because after the guy gave me that price, I said no, and then manager called me back, two managers. Anyway, I called one manager called me back, and he's like, well, plus the car that you're looking at is upgraded from what you have in the special. I'm like, I don't need the upgraded car. Give me the basic car. I said, you said it's $2,500 more for the upgraded one, so then you're telling me that blank would be the price for this one? Oh no, it would still be this much. You guys are a bunch of scam artists. And then he tried to tell me that if I get the black, it's that price, and if I get the blue, it's $50 more a month. Get out of here. So that's not going to fly, and we might put a little scare in them. I won't tell you what I'll do here, but might put a little scare into them too. Little false advertising they're trying to pull here. We'll see what happens there. But right now, the sky looks much better, and we're continuing on. It is still 87 degrees outside, 87 degrees, and the feels like temperature is 99 degrees, and there is strong thunderstorm will impact the portions of this county through about 20 minutes from now, and it says, let's see, winds in excess of 40 miles an hour, blah, blah, blah. So whatever. Right now we're doing good. We're happy. And we should be at our next casino in about an hour. So I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So here's the thing. I went and got some fuel. I used that Earnify app that I told you about with Amazon. I don't have any code or anything to give you. I don't make any money off it, but it's definitely worth it. BP and Amoco, if you go there, like, I didn't realize this station was owned by them, but I went over and I used my credit card, and it found my account just from using my credit card and gave me a discount. But the way it works generally is you pull into one of their gas stations, BP, Amoco, and you tell it which pump you're going to pump at, and it lowers the price for you, and it already uses the credit card you have on file. So all you do is walk up, and it gives you 1 minute to start pumping, or 2 minutes, something like that, and then you just walk up, put the fuel in the car and take off, and you're done. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff you can do with points here too. I don't really fully understand it, but you can use your points to buy discounts on fuel. I haven't done that yet, but so anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. And then I went to this casino and found like pretty much zero. Not pretty much, I found zero. And I was on my way out, and there was an AP checking a machine, and there was a play on it, and he walked away to check the other three in the carousel. I don't know if he was going to come back to it or if he didn't think it was a play, but it was a small one. It was a 50-cent play. I walked up, I put a $20 bill in, hit the reels one time, and it paid $17.50. So on the first spin, it hit, and I ended up with a profit of $17. So, is it worth just a 17? Probably not, but I'm already here, and I played and I won something at least, and we are definitely looking good here for today. I think we're up over 1,000, right? 775, 790, 980, 990, 1040, something like that, 1040 plus for the day. So not terrible, and we're gonna continue on here. This may be our last casino though, but just want to kind of see how things go with traffic, and I'll come back and update you. Plus $17 there. All right, guys, continuing my trip home here, and we had a tornado warning, not a tornado watch. Thunderstorms, lightning, accidents, trucks, accidents, everything on this trip back. And we're safe and sound, and we're only about half an hour away from home right now. Temperature outside is down to 70, all this rain and everything going on. And let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? And I ate two things today, which some days I eat like nothing, but today I had a double cheeseburger with Swiss cheese, I believe it was. I think it was Swiss. And that was pretty good. I'd give that probably 9 on a scale of 2 through 8. It was huge, but I remember it tasting a little better last time. I think last time I lost big. I don't remember. Maybe I won, but not much, like 400 or 500 last time. Anyway, and then on my trip home here, I also stopped and got a Little Caesars pizza and just had the pepperoni and cheese. Give that about an 8 on a scale of 2 through 8. Nothing wrong with it. Just been sitting around for a while. You can tell the cheese and stuff had hardened up a little bit on there. And what did you tip today, MW? So I had one blackjack session, which was successful, and a couple of slot sessions, 3-4 slot sessions, which were all okay, not great, but overall I tipped $0. And what did you learn today, MW? And actually I had thought about this earlier, and I had something earlier, and what it was is I coined this a long time ago. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them think. Which is because I talked to my friend Mike. He wants to come here no matter what. He wants to meet me in Vegas. He wants to leave his nursing home and meet me at Caesars the night before we leave. And I said, look, Mike, you're going to end up at the hotel by yourself a lot of the time, because that night I'm going to be busting my butt trying to make money, and he's okay with that. He's got a working phone this time, so at least he's got that. And I learned also, please don't leave your laptop at home. It wastes a couple hours for no reason, and that's what basically happened there. I wasted a few hours for no reason. I really didn't end up needing the laptop. I could have lived without it, but you never know. Since I'm on call, there could have been an incident or something, and then I'd have to be presenting, and what am I going to do, present on my cell phone? So anyway, that's really about it. I think we had a really good week this week. I have no idea how we did. I know that most of the days I thought we did pretty well. I know today was over 1,000. Yesterday was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. And the day before that was, let's see, that's not it. Still, I haven't put this in my spreadsheet. It was way over 1,000, like 1,400. And the day before that was 348. Day before that was, let's see, 3, 4, 500. So, did pretty well. We probably made our goal for the week. Then the day before that was over 1,000. So easily made our goal for the week. Continuing to grind, continuing to do what we need to do, get in when we need to, get out when we need to, build up the bankroll, move in a positive direction. Ready for my trip to Vegas. It's less than 2 weeks away. I can't wait for it. It's going to be big. That's all I can say. It's going to be big. And some of the people I'm going to meet out there are already heading that direction. So that's about it. So it's Friday. I'll catch up with you guys on Sunday. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.